Thank you for joining me in episode number 7. Today is the last episode in the basics of intelligence. And is my child intelligent or is my child stupid? And as what I said, every child is intelligent depending on there's different types of intelligence. So that's a take-home lesson for all these 7 series. That treat your child nicely. He may not be good, he or she may not be good in maths or science, but she may be good in something else. That's the main take-home lesson for this series. So let's see how we can use it in education. With this theory of multiple intelligence, Gardner stated that our educational system is heavily biased towards linguistic modes of intersection and assessment, and to somewhat lesser degree towards logical quantitative modes as well. His work went on to shape educational pedagogy and influence relevant policy and legislation across the world. So he's had a very powerful influence on education in schools around the world and universities, with particular reference to how teachers must assess students' progress to establish the most effective way that learners can learn, because each child's brain is different. Some child can learn from reading, other child can only learn visually. So the teachers must adapt the reading skill. Teacher mustn't just read. Teacher must read and must do drawings. That's why I love to do drawings. I love to write and I love to do drawings. You must do a combination of writing and drawing. So Gardner's research into the field of learning regarding bodily kinesthetic intelligence has resulted in the use of activities that require physical movement and exertion, with students exhibiting a higher level of physical intelligence reporting to benefit from learning through movement in the classroom environment. And what I do is that for some children who are very fidgety, like ADHD or other types of children, give them something to play with. Give them a small ball or give them a putty. If the hands are accurate, they got kinesthetic intelligence. So children who are very fidgety, give them something to play with. They must squeeze this. That's why we had this trend about that fidget spinners. So the fidgety children, the minute you give them something, a ball to play with, then you will see they will calm down, they will relax. So you must always get the mind occupied with something else. Right. So Gardner's research into the field of learning regarding bodily kinesthetic intelligence has resulted in the use of activities that require physical movement and exertion, with students exhibiting a high level of physical intelligence reporting to benefit from learning through movement. That means the child doesn't want to just sit in the chair. That's why in kindergartens we'll tell the children, right, stand up, let's jump, let's move, let's walk around. So you get your body involved and you get your brain, mind, body, heart and soul. Mind, body, heart and soul. Get all 4 parts of your body involved in any type of learning. Although the distinction between intelligences has been set out in great detail, Gardner opposes the idea of labeling learners to a specific intelligence. You can't just label intelligence is very fluid. So I like to call it intelligence with talents, with ability, very fluid, like a general intelligence. You don't put them in pigeonholes. And intelligence is a biopsychological potential to process information that can be activated in a cultural setting to solve problems or create products that are of value in that particular culture. So there are more ways to do this than just through logic and linguistic intelligence. The purpose of school should be to develop intelligences and to help people reach vocational and avocational goals that are appropriate to their particular spectrum of intelligence. People who help to do so feel more engaged and competent. Gardner contends that IQ tests focus mostly on logical and linguistic. Upon doing well on those tests, the chances of attending a prestigious college or university increase. If you do well in IQ score, boom. If you know IQ score, as we said, been 85 to 115, you're studying at 100. If you're studying at 115, you start getting 120 or 130 in your IQ test. Oh, the university is very happy with you. So your chances of success or getting good jobs increases. While many students function well in this environment, there are those who do not. Gardner's theory argues that students will be better served by a broader vision of education. Let's not confine people just to specific IQs, wherein teachers use different methods, exercise, and activities to reach all the students. Don't just teach the clever ones. Teach even the quiet ones who sit in the back of the classroom. It challenges, so this is the role of the teacher. Teachers must be very intelligent. So if a teacher is not intelligent, then the pupils are going to suffer. So it challenges educators to find ways that will work for the student learning this topic. So it's a camaraderie, a harmonious relationship between the teacher and the student. Excuse me. So the summary of teachers' recommendation for educators for teachers is: individualize the teaching style to suit the most effective method for each student. Don't just teach in one way. Use different types of teaching. Visual learning, writing on the board. using graphs, tell people to stand up, do activities, storytelling, do different types, incorporate music or incorporate some skills, do different types of teaching, and then pluralize the teaching, teach important material in multiple and different ways. So let's look at very briefly the conclusion for today. We just summarize there's various types of intelligences, as we said in this 7 episodes. And to just refresh our memory, I'm going to just go through 12 different types of intelligences. We have what is known. So your child could be any of these. Your child could be IQ, intelligent quotient. Right? So many of the time in school, if a child is very good in maths or science, and we say, hey, that's an intelligent child, he's got a very high IQ. But that's not the only indication of intelligence. Your child could be having EQ. EQ means ability to get along with people. That's an emotional intelligence. Right? Or your child could have musical intelligence, could be a fabulous musician, or an ability to be an audio technician, right? Or your child could have a spatial intelligence. She could be an architect, or she could be a graphic designer, or she could have a linguistic. The child could be fantastic at words, at verbal skills, be a good public speaker, be a good politician, or a child could be very good at mathematics. MQ is a mathematical and logical intelligence, so they go into the fields of accounting and science, and these are the hard subjects. So there's already 6 different types of intelligence, another 6. Your child could be very good at kinesthetic intelligence, very good with the hands. May not be good with the brains, but maybe very good with the hands. So that's kinesthetic intelligence. Could be a sports athlete, could be a superstar, could be good at soccer, could be the next Ronaldo or the next Mohamed Saleh, or could be a super cricket player or a rugby player. Or your child could have physical intelligence, a super athletic star, part of the Olympic team, very good in the athletics part. It could be a Wimbledon superstar. Or your child could be a social intelligence, very good hairdresser, very good waiter, very good counselor, very good psychologist, have the ability to understand people, very good empathetically. Or it could be someone who's got very good interpersonal skills, IQ, very good interpersonal intelligence, or naturalistic intelligence. This naturalistic intelligence means your child could be very good at camping and outdoors, could be like a zookeeper, or could be good at mountaineering, could be in wildlife, in outdoors. So it could be like in disaster management, all of that. So that could be a naturalistic intelligence. Or your child could have fabulous spiritual intelligence. Your child may not be good in maths and science, but your child could be a pious kid, could be very good in spiritual intelligence, could become a pastor or a priest or a Molana or a Hafiz or a scholar and ulama, part of the ulama, and that's your spiritual intelligence. So the summary of all of these, as long as your child falls within the categories of 100 is the average intelligence, as long as your child has been 85 to 115, then there's nothing wrong with your child. Everything with your child is fine, and there's nothing to worry about. So in summary, that concludes the 7 episodes of the basics of intelligence. So please remember that when a teacher asks, or when you as a parent or grandparent are wondering that is there something wrong with my child, is my child intelligent or is my child stupid, please remember that there are many different types of intelligences, many different types. We've gone through about 12 different types of intelligence or abilities or skills or talents. So embrace your child, hug your child, love your child. Always remember the 3 qualities of the 3 H's. As long as your child is humble, hardworking, and honest, and has a good heart, whoa, then that's a diamond. That's a child made of gold. Love your child, give your child positive thoughts, encourage your child, be kind, be gentle, and let your child be one of the leading people in society. Stay well, look after yourself. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. This brings us to the end of episode 7 of Intelligences. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin.